हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज का टॉपिक है यूट्राइन फिब्रॉइड्स. सो व्हाट इज़ यूट्राइन फिब्रॉइड, व्हाट आर द etiology factors of fibroid, for what are the management we give to a person who is having a fibroid, what kind of fibroid is present. We're going to discuss these for the following topics, and so we're going to have a brief video about it. So the first is definition, that is a uterine fibroid is a leiomyoma, which is a benign non-cancerous tumor from the smooth muscle tissue which originates from the smooth muscle layer, that is a myometrium of the uterus. So basically uterine fibroid is a leiomyoma or a benign non-cancerous tumor from smooth muscle tissue. Now what are the causes of it? It is either could be unknown, it could be there is a family history of presence of fibroids in the family, there could be a genetic alterations also which occurred in a woman, there could be a hormones also which will be responsible for it, there might be some chemical changes also like taking any particular drug which induces the formation of fibroid. There are for certain factors which basically determine to predispose the more the risk factors or the chances of it, like heredity, race, the pregnancy and the childbirth, the nulliparity of an obese woman, or oral contraceptives use. Now the recent days the OCP use are frequent and they might result in a different kind of etiologies on body. Now what are the types? It might be of a body or a corporeal fibroid, which could be intramural or intestinal fibroid, as we can see in the picture. It could be a subserosal fibroid also, it could be a submucosal fibroid also, like in this picture we can see the subserosal and the pedunculated also. Now what is the cervical fibroid? So basically the cervical fibroid is usually seen in the woman of 1 to 2%, which could be subserosal, like in the picture we can see the subserosal, the cervical fibroid and the submucosal fibroid, and there is a fibroid which is embedded in the layer, that is the intramural fibroid. Now what is the secondary changes which occur in a fibroid? That is some like degenerative changes like hyaline degeneration, the cystic degeneration could occur. Calcification is also seen, like in this picture we can see the calcification. Now the fatty degeneration is also seen, red degeneration and the septic degeneration is also seen. Now what are the other factors like infection, atrophy, necrosis, and the vascular changes are more also. Now the sarcomatous changes can also occur in a fibroid, which could lead it to be a condition from benign to the malignant. So these are the changes which we can see in a person who is having a fibroid. Now what are the clinical features we going to report in a person? Like there could be 70% of the person who is having fibroid is usually asymptomatic, like menstrual abnormalities might occur, like menorrhagia, which is seen in 30% of the women, like metrorrhagia, or basically called as irregular bleeding, might also seen. There might be dysmenorrhea, that is absence of menstruation. There might be infertility also in around 30% of the cases. There could be a pain in the lower abdomen, woman complained of abdomen swelling or having a lump in the abdomen, or she also complained of having a pressure symptom she might feel in the day or in the evening. Now what is the abdominal examination we're going to conduct? We're going to feel the we feel this firm and it's towards the heart, maybe cystic, from a cystic degeneration. Now the margins we're going to find to be well defined from the lower pole. The nodular may be uniformity enlarged, mobility is restricted, and percussion we're going to find the swelling is dull. Now the pelvic examination going to reveal, the bimanual examination going to reveal us the uterus is irregular and enlarged. The uterus is also not going to be felt separated from the swelling, and as such the groove is not felt between the uterus and having the mass. Now the cervical moves with the movement of the tumor, which is felt per the abdomen. Now what kind of a diagnosis we going to make? Like an abdominal transvaginal, or it could be pelvic ultrasound will help us to find out a disease, or we can do an endometrial biopsy. We can also go for the hysteroscopy, or we also take hysterosalpinography, or we call it as laparoscopy, which will help us to find out what kind of fibroid is there. Now what is the treatment we're going to give for a symptomatic fibroid? We're going to give medications to control the symptom. We're going to give medications which will lead to the shrinking of the tumor. We're going to have an ultrasound which will help us to ultrasound fibroid destruction. Surgical aided methods are also used. Myomectomy can be done. Now what kind of medications we're going to give? That is OCPs, GNR agonist, and the anti-hormonal drugs like RU486 or mifepristone. Danazol is also found to be helpful. Antifibrinolytics and progesterone receptor modulated name Elanon is also helpful in some of the women. Now what kind of surgery we basically go for, like we can go for the myomectomy. As we can see easily in the figure that this fibroid are present and it is basically removed from by surgical myectomy, or there might be hysterectomy also can be done, that is the removal of the complete uterus, which will lead to the removal of the fibroid also. So now here we can see the uterine artery embolization we done the uterine artery ligation also. Now, in these cases, the woman is already infertile, or there's some cases in which the woman has become infertile. Now, we also go for the radio frequency ablation or the endometrial ablations. So, these are it. Now, what kind of a complication could occur in a cases like this? Like there could be menorrhagia, abdominal pain, or there could be a premature birth, labor problem, miscarriages, or there going to be infertility also. Now, what are regarding these complications? Now, there could be other complications also, like the menorrhagia, abdominal pain one woman could feel. There could be a premature birth, or the one woman having some labor problems, or there could be a frequent miscarriages. And the woman also in complaints that she cannot conceive because of the cases of the infertility increase after the management we basically give. Now, what is leiomyosarcoma? Twisting of the fibroid, anemia, urinary tract infection could occur, or there be a C-section could also needed for a successive pregnancies. Recently seen that in some pregnant women which having a fibroid will have a heavy bleeding immediately after they give the birth. So they're going to be have a immediately after they give the birth, they're going to be heavy bleeding. Now how do we basically done the procedure? Like acute pain which is having a post-operative wound, we basically manifested by the facial expression and the pain scale score. We're going to take it by this. Now imbalanced nutrition is also responsible for the less than body requirement. Thank you.